Hello, everyone. Today I will talk about how I find the entities to use on my articles and also how to use those entities inside the schema markup only using free tools. So the first thing I do, you can use ChatGPT or you can use a magic command using ZinWriter. So it's a basic um, prompt here. Almost forgot that. A prompt here. So I've been requested to show my process. So uh, the keyword is elevation effects on a golf ball. So I asked for 20 most salient entities. So it's basically the closest entities to the keyword we provide here. So, of course, the golf ball, elevation, golf course, launch angle. So it's not my niche. So I'm not sure which is highly related to it. So it's just to show you the possibilities. So it's ChatGPT. You can also use Perplexity AI. It's almost let's see, what's the difference. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Air density, golf ball, aerodynamics, distance. So perplexity perplexity takes a different approach because it tells you the reason behind um, the search. So if you haven't used Perplexity, I recommend you to take a look as it also shows you the sources. So I'm on the free plan. So it's basically use the OpenAI and upgrading. You can have access to Cloud 2 that's only available for some countries. So it's a way um, to use cloud in like a different direction, a indirect access to cloud too. So you basically could use uh, that large language model inside Perplexity. Of course, you have a different list as I will show you here. I created a tiny bot using poll.com, and this bot is configured to use Claude. I believe it's the first version because I'm also on the free version as well. So what I did here was it not only give you the entities but as well other important lexical relations, entities or terms. So it gives you, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, hyponyms, meronyms. It's all linguistic. I recommend you to take a look at. So this one is basically um, what is more specific than something you provided. So elevation effect is like a umbrella term in this case. So if you want Google to see you as a more um, like a authority in your niche, you should, no, you should. Who am I to tell you what to do? uh it's a good thing to talk about those more specific things, because it's when Google sees you talking about a more specific thing, and he knows, or it knows, that it's about something more broad, something broader. That's elevation effect. So meronym's is parts of the things we are trying to rank. So if you talk about car, the wheels, what else? The tires are part of the car. So it's a good advice as well to talk about meronyms in your content. So we got where we wanted to. The entities, um, and the LSI keywords. So it's basically terms around the keywords you are trying to rank. So we could use here the most salient entities: go ball, elevation effect, backspin, and trajectory. I'm not sure how to pronounce it either. Semantic triple, it's all important parts of linguistic, the being around semantic SEO. So I recommend you to take a look at all those terms here that might help you to elevate your SEO game. So the variants, it's also a something interesting to look for. So basically, your content um, um, is a good thing to insert all those terms where uh, you can set it to, right? It's not to fluff or anything like that, but Google will see your content with um, more confidence, right? So what we for this video, what is important to us here is the most salient entities. So those entities we must have inside our articles, and it's a good practice to have those entities in your headings, H1, H2, H3, and as well throughout your overall content, paragraph, and lists and tables, things like that. So the entities is how you tell Google what your content is about, because we are going to create a JSON file that we are going to talk about it in a minute. Um, and that's how Google uh, can see can rank your site faster. So we telling Google, hey, my article is about this, and that. Okay. So another way to find entities is by using entities checkers. That is our tools to use to create our JSON file to insert in our article, but it also helps you to find the entities the competitors are using. So in order to use this tool here, SERP Explorer, you need to create a free account. Okay, so I'm not gonna show you because it's straightforward. So you only need to SERP Explorer um, and insert your main keyword here: elevation effect on a golf ball, location where you are trying to rank your keyword for, the language. I usually use this extract entities for a title because I want to know what the competitor are using. and from headings as well. And you click search. The recommendation here is to select at least 10 competitors from the SERP and 5 pages minimum. So what's going on here is that we are taking our the 10 competitors from the SERP and asking the tool to show us which entities are being used at least in 5 pages. Okay, so the most important one, the most used one, actually. So you click after you select the number of pages, you click on extract entities. So what it gives us is altitude, golf ball, and golf. Let's see which tool is close to us. Altitude, ChatGPT is not showing altitude within the 5 first uh, entities. Yeah, interesting. So it's up to you. It's our niche, or um, you need to figure out which entities you are trying to show Google what your article is about. Okay, so I'm just giving you the tools and how to use it. So as soon as you find entities, you have to use those inside your article. So you got altitude, golf ball, and golf. So let's take our first. I'm not sure if I can take the title. Yeah, that's the first one. So we are now building our. Let's see. We are building our JSON file. So there's a problem I'm going to show you in a second. Altitude, golf ball. Okay. So our about entity is the most important entity. We are showing Google what is our article about. Okay. So let's say it's golf ball and also altitude golf. We only use knows about for person or a organization, so it's not the case to use it here. Okay, so we got it's also recommended here that we only use 1 to 2 entities for the about. That's the most important one, and up to 3 to 5 um, for the mentioned entities. So I usually go with 2 or 3. Let's try swing bowling. Sometimes these tools crashes when you start inserting more entities here. I'm not sure why, but that's how I uh, reverse engineer. So what I do here is I open up the JSON file. And one thing that is important here is that it hasn't provided us with the ID code, which is important for us to insert in our articles. So let's see if we can find it using sure how it's going to show it in Brazil. There's different URL. Let's see if they are using, if is there anyone using Schema Markup. If there isn't any, it's a good. Yeah, sometimes it just crash as it hasn't give us the error. Let's see if can get the ID code. It's not complicated, but let's see. It's not complicated. It's just uh, let's see if I'm doing something wrong here. Or we can take a different. Oh, this might be a big one. Golf.com. And golf. Yeah, it's giving us a error. No JSON ID schema found. Okay, we got it. Altitude, goal. Oh, we use golf ball for about altitude, golf. Okay. Let's see if contains our ID. Yeah, it does. So that's what we are looking for. That's just this line of code. I recommend you to save it as a template because not every URL that we scrap using the entity checker will have this ID. So it's basically telling Google the URL of your article and what is about. So the about, the the main thing, the main entity is golf ball. Okay, so it gives us the URLs to tell Google uh, everything about the article. Okay, so we got golf ball, golf as mentioned, and altitude as mentioned as well. Okay, so all you need to do here is replace it with your website's, your articles URL, not your homepage or a different page. So website.com, um, elevation, elevation effect, for example. Okay, so that's our ID. What we do from here is we copy and paste it uh, using the plugin here. Okay, so this plugin, you have to manually install it on your WordPress. If you don't use WordPress, all you need to do is to copy and paste this piece of code in your head section. Okay, so if you don't, I'm using VS Code. That's a free coding tool. So as you can see, it's a just almost a text uh, file. So you don't need a coding tool to open and editing the content. You might use your Notepad or any other text editor. Okay, So what you need to pay attention to is the uh, indentation here. Okay, you can just be here. For example, it's going to give you error. So you have to keep it indentation, like just keep it here. Okay, like lined below this each section of the code. Okay, so what else? Once you have inserted your JSON file in your article, you can copy and paste the final published URL, and it's going to give you this beautiful visualization of your schema markup. So that's what we are looking for, because it's all connected. It must be all connected here. Okay, that's what we are looking for. If you don't see it, it might be different from I'm using rank math plugin that basically build the organization person and something more basic schema markup. So it's all part of one thing. So it's my website, my content, who wrote it, and things like that. What else? Also, I'm gonna I'm gonna give you the URL for my first YouTube video that I I I show you my process of researching, writing, and publishing the article. So this video, this one I'm recording, is were more specific about the entities and how I find them, and how to use the entity checkers to build our JSON file. That's it. Hope it helps you all. Thank you for watching.